Welcome. Many thanks indeed for calling through. This is my channel. This is Peter Sanjevich with you. And we're on a Wednesday afternoon. Hope you're keeping well. Nice and early today. I've come on the line on my channel, which is Peter Racing Tips online daily. Usually around about 6 p.m. for the following day's racing. I've come on, well, around about 2 p.m. actually, nice and early, because I've got a lot to get through. I've got a lucky 15 in England on 4 horses running on Thursday. One at Lingfield, one at Fosslas, and a couple at Yorkshire in Ripon. On all 3 horses should be around 7 to 1, somewhere around there. So a nice 50 to 1 double if any of them goes in, and if any one of the 4 goes in, it's going to be a nice winning day overall anyway. Now, what I'm going to do as well is a special each way daily double, as they say, over there in Ireland. I'm going to give you that free of charge. Normally I wouldn't give you this bet, but I am going to give it you because I want to. One of them's running at Limerick and the other one's at Fairyhouse, and they both come through to me from a very, very, very trusted source, a very, very warm source. I'm just going to switch that alert off because I keep getting these alerts through from people who know me, WhatsApp, notifications and telegrams, telling me information, what's going on, market moves, etc. And I can't turn them off because they keep coming through. And if I turn the volume off, I'll switch me off. And we don't want to be doing that, else no one's got any idea what's going on. Although there is a transcript now where you can, if you can't hear, if you've got an affliction or something you can't hear, you can read, so no problems at all. That's great stuff, isn't it? So with no more ado, I'm going to give you these 4 horses in England and also these 2 horses over there in the Emerald Isle. Now the 2 horses in Ireland, one of them could be a very, very big price indeed. It runs at Fairyhouse and it goes in their 5:30 race, which is an apprentice handicap over 10 furlongs. And it's on a horse I've had come through to me from a very, very, very warm source indeed. And I'll be bitterly disappointed if it doesn't figure very prominently at the business end, that's for sure. The trainer hasn't had a winner this season, but he's only had 8 runs, although last year he had 3 winners from 39, and this could well be his first winner of the season. I'm going to start with that now actually, and then I'll give you the other Irish horse who's trained by a real sharp job horse trainer, and that runs at Limerick, and I'll tell you about that one at the end of the broadcast. But let me just give you this one first over in Ireland. It's number 9, lucky number 9 as they say, number 9. Number 9 is Gunsight, the old rifleman Chuck Connors. Do you remember him? Chuck Connors, the rifleman. Great programme on television in the 60s, the old Western. Couldn't beat the old Western, could you? Rawhide and Bronco Lane, Sugarfoot. I don't know if you remember any of those. If you're under my age, you're probably not going to remember them, but I know a lot of people who are dialing into my lines are over 60 plus, and some of them are 70 plus. I had a gentleman who sadly passed away very recently who was in his 80s, late 80s, who used to absolutely love listening to me, and his daughter wrote me a beautiful email, and God rest his soul. Not a big gambler, but just loved it all. Loved the talks and loved the interesting quotes and loving the memory lane really. And that's why I do talk about things like that. People think, why don't you just get on with it? Well, you can fast forward and get on with it yourself. You can speed track it if you don't want to listen to me talking about gun law or Maverick or one of the old cowboys or whoever, But for me, I'm going to talk about what I want. It's my channel and you're my audience. And if you don't like it, well, sorry, you're going to have to fast track it or don't come through. But I'm here for my own reasons, and it's not to pander for everyone. It's to pander for the people who like me and how I do my things. Number 9, anyway, Gunsight, trained by Michael O'Meara. There's a name to conjure with. There used to be a golfer called Mark O'Meara, and there's a trainer in England called David O'Mara or O'Meara. I think it's Michael O'Meara, but people say David O'Mara or Kate O'Mara. I'm going for Michael O'Meara. It's like Southwell or Southwell, isn't it? It could be Utoxeter or Uchita. It's whichever way you want to pronounce it, isn't it? But it doesn't make much difference, really. Number 9, Gunsight. Pronounce it that way. It's off a mark of 68, off a mark of 70 last time when Billy Lee rode the horse. And I think it's got a cracking chance. It should be around 10 or 12 to 1. Well handicapped and has got a really good chance. Finished 6 of 8 last time out at Sligo. Never put in the race with a chance, really, by Billy Lee. And Gunsight for me, each way. don't miss it. About 12 or 14 to 1, certainly worth putting in a single each way, and maybe putting it in your combination bets with these 4 other English horses that I have for you. So let's go back to England, bonny old England, or bonny old Blighty, good old Blighty as they say. 4 o'clock at Lingfield Park, the 4 o'clock at Lingfield Park. Well, number 10 is the horse I'm keen on here. It's called Call Me the Breeze. Call Me the Breeze, not the wind like Jimmy White, the old Jimmy White. Call Me the Breeze, trained by Tom Ward and ridden by a very good jockey Sean Levy, who's having a great run of things. Well, Tom Ward's not doing too bad because his last 3 winners from 5 horses. So he sent out 3 winners from his last 5 runs. Indeed, his last runner was on the 25th of May when a horse called Crystal Flyer, who I had a big bet on, won at Goodwood, doing very nicely indeed. And Tom Ward is the man I'll be backing to win this one as well, with Call Me the Breeze. Got no form to its name, 890054. As I joke with you, that's the weighing room number at the track there at Lingfield. It's not actually, but it could be, couldn't it? But anyway, number 10, Call Me the Breeze. I like it a lot. I think it's well weighted. No, I know it's well weighted. I know the horse has got a lot better chances than the form figures suggest, and I like it a lot. Used to be trained by Ed Walker, this one. And now the key to this, what I'm seeing, it's been put back to 6 furlongs. And 6 furlongs is definitely the trip for this horse. Number 10, Call Me the Breeze. She's a lovely filly. Keep calling her horse. She's a lovely filly. She's stepping back to 6 furlongs. She's been running over 7 the last 3 times. And back in August, she ran over 6 furlongs at Newbury when Billy Loughnane was on board. But I think this has got a great chance here, and I'm not going to go into 2 more reasons for it because it'll take too long. But number 10, Call Me Breeze. Call Me the Breeze. That's the one I'm on, and I'm going to leave you with that one for the first of these 4 English horses, or UK horses, as we say, getting it politically correct, as they say, isn't it? Right, so that's your Lingfield, Leafy Lingfield down there, the old Leafy Lingfield. Okay, so let's go over to Foss Lass down there in South Wales. Love that down there, the old Wells. You can't beat that. Lived in Chepstow for many years myself. Absolutely loved it down there in Barry Island, and the Mumbles down there in Swansea. This isn't too far from the Mumbles down there in Swansea. And a lot of people call Foss Lass because the ground conditions are usually a bit bogside, a bit heavy. But actually tomorrow or Thursday, depending when you're ringing or viewing, and the ground conditions are good to Softing places. So we can't moan too much there. And there we go. So 3 o'clock at Foss Lass. Anyway, now interesting horse this, and it's a horse that I think could pop up at a very, very interesting price. Trained by Nigel Hawke and ridden by David Noonan. A bit of a combination there, isn't it? Number 5 at Exmoor Forest. Another horse with no form. Pulled up. 4-9-3-4. Another shocking set of figures. But the horse has dropped down the handicap, and now it goes from hurdles to chases. And I think all the time this horse has been really getting ready to run over the chase, the bigger obstacles. And although this trainer hasn't had a winner yet this season, he's only had 12 runners, he done all right last year, Nigel Hawke. And I think this horse is a winner waiting to happen. And I'll be disappointed if it doesn't go very close. He had 16 winners last year, Hawkeye, the trainer, and David Noonan rides, who's going along okay as well. I'm going to go each way on it. I think it's got a really good chance. Needed a little bit of a bit further last time out, though, a bit more of a stamina test than last time out. And I think Exmoor Forest has got a really good chance, that's for sure, in this 3 o'clock. Sorry, at Foss Lass. Each way is the order of the day, which leaves 2 more to go. If you're going to have a lucky 15 on these 4 UK horses, both at Ripon. So let's go to Ripon. And by the way, if you've not already subscribed to the channel, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Press the thumbs up button as well to give me a nice G up there with a thumbs up, and don't forget to press the subscribe button. You know what to do. Make sure you get alerts. I'm just going to have a drink of this water because I've got a bit of a cold. Don't know if you can tell that, but I have. So you have to excuse me for 1 minute. Yeah, I'll show you what I've got, so I'm not kidding you. It's got Cavonia. Tastes of... God, it tastes bad, but it's quite good. It's the elixir of winners, hopefully. It's actually a chesty cough mixture, mentholated. It tastes like licorice, and they always say to me, if it tastes good, it can't be any good. So if it tastes bad, drink it. Well, I'm drinking it anyway. It seems to be doing the trick. but I'm sweating up for England in the paddock. So I think that's supposed to be good. I'm not sure, but there we go. All right, come on. Let's go to the 420 at Ripon, shall we? There's a horse I'm very, very sweet on here. It's number 8. It's called Titian or Titian. Trained by Julie Camacho. Got a lot of time for Julie. Ridden by Ryan Sexton. Julie's doing all right this year. 5 winners. Doesn't have too many horses, I say, to work with again. But she's had 147 in the last 5 years. And she's due another one. I think this horse could be the likely type there. It's number 8. It's called Titian or Titian. And it's got a good chance of a mark of 79 coming right down in the weights. And I think in this type of race has to be considered a very dangerous horse. And I'm on number 8 there, Titian. Not sure what the price of this one will be. I thought about 7 to 1, somewhere around there. Pretty much unfashionable stable, Julie Camacho. And I thought it ran really well. Went 4th last time out at Ripon behind a horse called Hiramacho. And it returns to Ripon. And I think it's £2 lighter than it was that day. And it's only had 2 runs. It ran once in March and once in April, having returned to the track after about 6 months off back in October. And Ryan Sexton rode it both times. He's on again for Julie. And in the 420 there, the Titian, number 8 is the one to be on. Which leaves one more horse to give you. Oh, actually 2, because I've got this other horse at Limerick I want to tell you about. On a horse trained by one of the most biggest gambling yards in Ireland and one of the most shrewdest trainers on the planet. So watch this one in just 1 second, I'll give it you. But just move over to Ripon. And don't forget, I'm back online at 6 o'clock. I think I was going to say that and I got waylaid, as I often do. I'll be online at 6 o'clock on Thursday night, get the days right, Thursday night, and that'll be for Friday's action. So I'm online at 6 o'clock. Before that often, like this one, but it's for the racing, the following day's racing, if you see what I mean. So it's always the night before, essentially, whereas a lot of people go the same day, etc., etc. But I try to give you all your bets the night before, and you're never quite sure what prices are going to be, and it's a little bit more difficult that way, but I think we're going to do all right. So let's go to the 525 at Ripon for the penultimate bet, and then I'll give you this other Irish horse trained by this master of landing gambles, and this horse is ready to strike, no question about that. Okay, so just go to Ripon for the 525, number 10. It's called Flying Dale, a horse with 4 zeros next to its name, trained by Tim Easterby, ridden by Jason Hart. Rode a funny race on it last time out, David Allen. Finished 7th of 18 behind Lord Obama at Thirsk last time out. Got it into all sorts of a bad position. Just starting to come good, Easterby's horses, after a rather slow start to the season. 3 out of his last 10 horses have winked at the judge and won. Obi Joe was one of them, and had a good few quid on that one. And Alfie Boy was another one, and I backed that one as well. So there's 2 more winners there. But Flying Dale, each way, number 10 for the Easterby camp, and Jason Hart, who's never rode this horse before, so far as I can remember, runs over the 6 furlong dash and in the 525 at Ripon. So it leaves one horse. I've been singing the praises of this gambling yard, and they are a gambling yard. And whenever you tip a horse with a gambling stable, you can look a complete idiot, and I can look a complete idiot any time. But you can look an idiot when they finish absolutely tailed off and down the pan, because you're never quite sure whether today's the day teddy bears have the picnic. You're never sure what they're up to, and that's not being rude. It's not. Some stables are setting horses up to win gambles and land gambles, and they run them down the pan for I don't know how long, and some don't. But this stable is very, very warm indeed, and they can wait and wait and wait to land these touches. And I think if they go for it tomorrow, this one could well win. Let's go to the 7:17 at Limerick. The 7:17. There's 14 runners go to post. There's only one horse I'm interested in. It's a horse trained by Charles Burns and ridden by his son. The horse has got no form to its name. 72937, pulled up 7. Meaningless, absolutely meaningless. Had one run in January, pulled up, and had one run at Clonmel, which I've watched that race over and over again when it's ridden by his son, and never moved a muscle on it. One slap, that was all. Went off at 20 to 1, and it was really moving fast at the end. Too fast, probably. But anyway, It ran 2 weeks ago. It's ready now, and I think it's got a great chance. It's number 11. It's called the Mass Path. That's the, and then Mass, M-A-S-S, Path, P-A-T-H. Trained by Charles Burns, I'd say one of the most astute trainers, absolutely breathing today. Very difficult man to get the right side of. He's had 2 winners from 22 runners this year, and 9% strike rate. He had 17 from 234 last year, 7% strike rate, and very difficult man to read and to get the right side of. But I think this horse, a 7-year-old, has everything it takes to win this race, and I'm certainly hoping it can do just that. Okay, so there we are. I think that's it. I'm just looking if there's anything else I've missed off. Just pressing 1 or 2 buttons on my computer here. You've got Call Me the Breeze in the 4 o'clock at Lingfield. You've got Exmoor something, I can't read my writing, in the 3 o'clock at Fosslas down there in Welsh Wales. Flying Dale up at Ripon for Tim Easterby, and Titian for Julie Camacho in the 4:20 there. And you've got the 2 Irish horses, Gunsight in the 5:30 to Fairyhouse, and the Mass Path in the 7:17 at Limerick. There we go, got there. Little bit of a blocked up nose. I'm sweating here as well. I think I've got a suntan like David Dickinson here. I'm going to have another drink of this in a minute. This is the elixir. I don't know which to have first, that or that. But if I have that, you're not supposed to have that until a bit later. So I'm going to have this first. Hey, in the meantime, good luck today with my tips to you. Tipped you 5 horses today up in England and a big treble in Tipperary. Let's hope the bookies pay out big time. But whatever happens, it's just a matter of time till we take them to the cleaners.